Do want to take you out to this video coming in right now as we've been tracking severe storms across parts of the country earlier in the week. The remains of this large building seen floating down the Kentucky River in Franklin County, Kentucky, Saturday as catastrophic and deadly flooding continued to impact the state. Video from Todd Daughtry shows what he believed to be a house being carried down the river through the city of Frankfort. Franklin County Judge Executive Michael Mueller said the structure likely came from outside of the county, and officials were not sure if it was a house or a boathouse. And a day earlier, we learned that a boy died after being swept away in floodwaters in Frankfort. That is according to Governor Andy Beshear. A 74-year-old man found dead in a submerged vehicle in Nelson County Saturday morning, according to local officials there. And in a video update on Facebook, the Franklin County leader was facing, quote, a very dangerous situation as water was still rising to, quote, historic levels, and the Kentucky River was expected to crest Monday morning, prompting evacuations of communities along the river. Now, I also want to pop this video up on your screen. We showed this to you just yesterday out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. That is where this drone video is from, and it shows the extensive flooding over days here throughout the city. Entire roads appear to be submerged, and a lot of high water there. I do want to bring in James R. Knight Jr., the mayor of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, to discuss all of this. Thank you so much, Mayor, for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you for letting us get to be on the air with you this morning. We appreciate it. And Hopkinsville has received a whole lot of water, and thank goodness it's easing up right now. According to watching the radar and everything that is going on, we are looking like we're moving down on the rain levels, but water is still up in downtown Hopkinsville. We opened the roads yesterday morning because the water's receded, but they come back up overnight, and some of the roads are closed in Hopkinsville that we did open back up. So please be aware of that. We have a lot going on right now.
And I did want to ask, because we showed that drone video, we've seen it over the past day or so, and the water is so high, but I imagine it has to be different to actually see it there in person. Can you kind of describe for me the situation overall?
Overall, we've got a very serious situation. We are not taking this lightly at all, because what we have is, we have not seen this kind of rain since 1997, but saying that, downtown is flooded on the North Fork of Little River, and then we have the South Fork of Little River that is flooding too, and it's going to, we're meeting in the middle there and going downstream. But like what you're seeing right there on downtown, it's very hard to say, it's going to be okay, but it is okay, because right there, we're not in any houses right there. Now, you go on downriver just a little bit, we evacuated over at least 20, 25 people in the city of Hopkinsville, and then that's the Donna Drive area right there that you're seeing on the screens. And, it is a very hard thing to say, on that. People have been evacuated. We've had to do some water rescues and things like that. And it's very hard to tell people it's going to be okay, but it will be okay, because we are working very closely with everyone trying to make it better for everyone.
You kind of touched on this already here, but have you had a chance to really survey and assess the extent of the damage? As you mentioned, some of the water coming back up there. So have you had a chance to really go out there and assess to figure out what has been damaged?
We have our teams out there assessing as we speak right now. Again, this morning, they're out looking and looking at where everything is. But no, we've mainly been in a rescue mode and things like that, but we are working diligently with that already this morning and doing drone footage that we are taking right now, and with the fire and police out already doing what they're doing, making sure what's going on. And stormwater management teams are already out looking. Steve Bourne and their crew, they've done a great job, because after 1997, we bought out over 100, 150 homes that were along the river people were flooding and displaced from on that.
And as we show this video,
all right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise and the glory and the honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha Kodash, which has given me the spirit and the strength to do this lesson. And also I want to give up honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Wa Shalom, Rabbi Rakim to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, which are scattered abroad and in every place, redeeming the time and ready to be saved. Shalom. All right, major flooding slams Kentucky. All right. And when you well, like the man said, you know, this hasn't happened since 1997. All right. But this is basically Yahweh Shema Shai using the elements against you know using the elements for judgment. All right. That's what we seeing happen more frequently. Yahweh Shema Shai is using these elements to execute judgment. All right. And you have angels, certain angels that are set up to manipulate that element, which is water. All right. You know, just like you have angels set up to do likewise with fire, you know, and the wind. Well, you have the angels that are set up to manipulate the water, and they use it to bring judgment. All right. All right. And matter of fact, let's get that in the Apocrypha, because a lot of people don't understand what's going on. All right. We are in the time of judgment, you know. And look, he's turning up these death angels, man. All right. Let me see. Let me see something. All right. That ain't what I wanted. All right, this is Ecclesiastes. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right. So these angels, they're bringing forth the judgments that we're seeing, and they're using the elements. All right. Now check this out. It says, verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Right? Let me see. Here we go. Verse 31, it says, they shall rejoice in his commandment. Right? And this is talking about the angels. All right? You know, the angels, they love to do the work of Yahweh. They love to do the bidding of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know, they love to be the one to get called on to do a particular task for Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. It said, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth. Man, when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word, right? They're going to do it. They're going to complete the task that's been given unto them. All right. So, Yahweh Shema Shai sent those angels to use the element, the water. We used the water to destroy and kill. It said a boy was killed, and a 74-year-old, a 74, 79-year-old. Look, Yahweh Shema Shai don't care about none of that. All right. He don't care how if you're a baby. Oh, he don't care how old you are, how young you are. Salakia. Let me see. Here we go. I guess this is it. Romans 2 and verse 11. For there is no respect. Matter of fact, what's that? Romans 2. Romans 2. See what it says in another translation. All right. And the NLT says, for God does not show favoritism. Let me see. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Yep, so let's look this word up. Okay, so yeah, there is no respect of persons with the Most High. So he don't care who you are. You can be it don't matter how young you are, or how old you are, He wants you gone. That's it. You don't care about none of that. You were wicked and deserve that penalty of death. That's it, man. You don't show no respect to persons, man. Period. So once again, let me see. You had this flood, and this is happening frequently. All right, the elements being used against, just these people. All right, let's see, Nahum. All right, this is Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord, Yahweh, by Shema Shah, is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. You see? And will not at all acquit the wicked. See that? So it says, the Lord hath, it's like the Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm. You see? So if Yahweh Shema Shah, when he wants you destroyed, he'll send, this is a way of him doing it. All right? This is a way of him bringing judgment on whoever that is wicked. All right? I'll read that again. Verse 3, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power. Man. And will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. All right, so the storms are being used, all right, and destroying houses and the people that dwell in those houses. Right, this is destroying these people material things, the things that they love. And that's another thing too. Yahweh Shema Shah can preserve their lives and and cause the storm to destroy everything that they have. All right, and then now you're left with nothing. Shit, death is down there. Death is down there better. Death is down there better than. All right. Cause look, here it is. Yahweh Shema Shah, it will destroy your whole house, everything that you have, your cars or whatever that's valuable. He'll take all that away and leave you here with nothing. You know, leave you out here naked. That's him causing you to suffer. Shit, it's better to die. To transfer to the spiritual realm, man. So I'll read that again. Verse 3, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Right. So you going off, you gonna get punished. All right. Period, point blank. It says the Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm. That's right. So what we had here is judgment, once again, judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah, taking place here on the planet Earth through via the water. All right. And this is just I'm just gonna say it like this. Yahweh Shema Shah, he's just warming up. This is just a warm up for him, man. You people ain't seen nothing yet. All right. Cause these people, he ain't got their attention yet. He ain't got their attention yet. This judgments like these ain't getting their attention. No, he gonna have to really do some things that is out of this world to get these people's attention. And what I mean by their attention, to get them to fear, to truly fear. All right, that's what it's gonna take, cause this shit here, because like I said, this is nothing. All right. Yeah, but Yahweh Shema Shah, he know what to do. Everything is just a process. Right? He knows what he's doing. You know, because Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's also merciful. All right. He's also merciful. You know, because he's not going to turn up right away because he has a precious remnant out here, man, that has to be sealed before that can happen. All right. And who knows, they may be, because, hey, things is ramping up. But like I said, that's what it's going to take, you know, for these people in the world to truly fear Yahweh Shema Shai. He's going to have to do something out of this world, all right, before their eyes. All right. Then, thus, you people will fear. On that, and that fear is going to put people to death. All right. Matt, what's that in the book of Luke? For man's heart shall fail them for the things that they shall see come upon the earth. All right. So yeah, man, you know, I just wanted to bring that out. Don't want to go on a rant. You know, Jake ain't really that long-winded. But, you know, Lord willing, as long as we get the point out, you know, get some precepts, you know, bring out this information, you know, prophesy, that's all that matters. All right. So, yeah, Lord willing, it was edifying. Until next time, shalom.